Hello everyone, and welcome to Tea with Trina. I want to talk to you today about the power of seeing it through and why quitting too soon can cost you more than you think. But before I get into that topic, I want to share with you what I'm having for tea. I'm having lemon ginger tea with a touch of honey. For some reason, bear with me because my voice has been like, I don't know. Kind of seeming like it's going on, and it could be because I traveled this weekend to a game for my daughter, basketball game, and I'm always part of the largest cheering two people in the stands. Between me and my husband, we are the loudest folks in the gym for those games. And so my voice is having moments where it's like, because I've done this for like, I don't know, 2 years straight for every sporting event. And so my voice is finally like, okay, you've used us, you've used these chords. But I am going to get into this message with you today because I think it is essential. I was thinking about what do I want to talk about today? And this is really important because I was just talking to one of my clients who I am working with now, entering into another activation phase. And we're talking about the importance of activating and how we build momentum and we're able to create results when we activate. And that's generally what I talk about, right? Is the positive spin, the moving forward, the taking action. But today I'm going to come to you from a different lens, from the lens of someone opting out. Because I had a conversation with a former client who was already planning an exit from an opportunity before they even gave it a chance, a real chance. They were looking for ways to cut costs, generate more income, but to not have to spend income. And so they were thinking about how they could opt out of the event that they were planning, even before they launched it properly, even before this offer, before it was launched. The mindset of this client was really focused on what could go wrong instead of what was possible. And because this client was looking for a way out, this client was able to find one. This client just dropped out, not because of the strategy didn't work, because the strategy hadn't really been implemented, but because this client didn't give it time to unfold, didn't test it, didn't even put it out there. And the hard truth is, quitting too soon can cost you more than you think. You have to know that when you're activating and moving towards something, breakthrough happens in the follow through, in the follow up. Success is rarely instant. What happens is when you're able to get transformation in moments where you decide to keep going, even if when you feel like giving up, but you decide to keep going, that's when the breakthrough and the shift and the change happen. I was just talking to another person, giving them an example of a basketball, for instance, because I'm watching basketball now, and how, we hear all of the great players say that, I wasn't the best player on the team, but I decided to take action and go do reps of. I decided to make sure I continue to get in the gym and do shots and just do it over and over again. They decided to keep going, even if they weren't the best person on the team. They didn't quit the basketball team. They kept going. And in fact, they started to do repetition and reps of things that help strengthen their skill in that area. Okay. So breakthroughs happen in the follow through, in taking action, and in the follow up. Two, it's important to know that fear will always try to lead. A lot of times, some people are very confident and not fearful, but then there are folks that are fearful, and that fear will come up and try to lead. But if you allow fear to drive your decisions, you're going to always stay in a cycle of starting and stopping. Can we say that again? If you Allow fear to drive your decisions. You'll always stay in the cycle of starting and stopping, never seeing the full potential of your vision. Is so important to allow that vision that you have to lead versus the fear. The results that you want to have happen to lead versus the fear is so important to do that. And the third thing is your strategy needs time to work. Okay. It does need time to work. You need to see what happens when you activate it. So marketing takes time, strategy takes time when you're implementing it. And so filling an event takes time. Some people have leaps right in their process, but they've implemented manifestation. They don't allow fear to lead them. They have a process and a recipe that has worked for them that they're implementing. And so you can have leaps and bounds. I do want to say that in a process. And sometimes activating your strategy takes time. So growth can take time. So if you abandon the process too early, you'll never allow the momentum to build. And I'm talking to you from seeing this, from seeing it from a viewpoint of a client who have opted out. I'm also telling you this from seeing it from clients who didn't opt out and continue to activate. I've also experienced both in my own journey, right? So your strategy has to have time to work. Marketing needs time to work, and you need to be able to be able to see, the numbers and watch what's happening over time, and when you've gotten engagement, when you haven't, right? And make sure to do more of that that is giving you the engagement, right? So was that my point number 3, I think, that strategy takes time to work, and I'm going to give you another point, okay? So here's another thing. Number 4, challenges will arise. And you need to come to a determination, a decision, if you're going to look for a way out or if you're going to look for a way forward. Way out or if you're going to look for a way forward. When challenges arise, you have to um, sometimes make a different decision. Some people look for an immediate escape route, or you can lean into the problem that you're experiencing and find a solution for it, right? Lean in and find a solution. Do problem solving, right? And your answer determines your success. I'm going to give you another example. In my own journey, I was I was a chief operating officer for an organization. And we had this huge, significant challenge that came up. And I needed to find a vendor for this organization. We had a little restaurant, needed to find a vendor. And um, I kept running into roadblocks around finding a vendor. Either folks didn't want to go through the process, could they, or a, um, an already a business owner who already had a restaurant couldn't find another chef that could run and do this other restaurant that we were wanting support for. So I problem solved. I was able to problem solve and fill that vendor spot by going on foot and say, okay, I'm going to be able to find somebody. I walked and found a vendor who was willing to provide the service we were looking for, made it happen a different way, right? So how you approach either looking for a way out or finding a way forward, how you approach challenges determines your success. So if you're struggling to stick with the process, I want you to pause. If you're struggling to stick with something, I want you to pause and ask yourself, am I quitting because this is truly not working or because I'm uncomfortable with the unknown? Am I quitting because this is truly not working, or am I quitting because I'm uncomfortable with the unknown? I think you have to get in a place of being uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, being comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what I mean. Being comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Because it's not going to always feel good. Business is something that we have to journey through, and it's not always going to feel good. There are going to be challenges that rise. Things may not look like we think it should look, but it's important to stay the course, right? Stick with the process, pay attention to your strategy, and pay attention to the results. What is it showing you? How can you recalibrate based on the results that you're achieving? Okay. Business leaders, entrepreneurs who succeed are the ones who commit and adjust and stay the course. I was talking about commitment yesterday with one of my clients. Commitment is so key. What are you committing to? Right? It is true that you don't have to see the entire path. You don't have to see the entire road ahead of you. You have to trust that when you take consistent action, that you will produce results, that you will produce the breakthrough that you have been looking for, right? And so that's what I had to share with you today. And so if this resonates with you, I want you to let me know. I want you to drop an emoji in the comment section and let's talk about what it means to stay the course and build something great, to build something that's impactful. Okay. So let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear it. I'm going to go ahead and continue to have this team and activate my committed next steps and my action steps on my journey as well. So, and I hope you do the same. So, thank you so much for tuning in for this Tea with Trina. And I look forward to talking with you soon.